Deixa direito.
Stand behind the line. Some will fade and some will shine. Aiming for the goal. Been trying hard to sell your soul. Oh, so many times before. No one's buying anymore. Standing at the gate, pain will you alleviate? Who can make me whole? Been trying hard to sell my soul. Oh, so many times before. No one's buying anymore.
சாப்பிடு.
How many times have I fallen for you? Every promise you never delivered. How many times all the words that you said had me mixing the sweet with the bitter? But I know what you're saying, don't need no explaining. You're making me shake and shiver. You shine in your shoes, but hey, I got news. I ain't falling for all of that glitter this time. As ready as I can be this time. I'll be running free. I've been afraid to go out in the night just to fall on my deepest desire. How many times did I call it a day, leaving all of my hopes in the fire? I know what you're saying, don't need no explaining. You're making me shake and shiver. You shine in your shoes, but hey, I got news. I ain't falling for all of that glitter this time. As ready as I can be this time. I'll be running free, 'cause my heart is rising. I'm taking it step by step. I'm running and running. I'm not slowing down just yet. And this time, as ready as I can be. And this time, I'll be running free. My heart is rising. I'm taking it step by step. I'm running and running. I'm not slowing down just yet. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of romance sign? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of romance line. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be